Next up, with advice coming from another former NBA player, who went through a lot as well, Jeremy Lin. So in this clip, he talks about finding your identity in something outside of basketball. Let's watch together.
Figure out what your identity is outside of basketball, outside of being an athlete. You know, I always compare two moments. The height of Linsanity. Literally, BMW was like, yo, come down, sign some autographs, we'll give you a BMW. People were like, hey, live in our penthouse suite for free. What do I need to do? Nothing. We just want you to live here. Oh, like it was that, I had everything, like materialistically. But I remember like 3 weeks into Linsanity, I was like, man, this feels empty. Like, it's great, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but it's not enough for like my heart, my soul. As I tapped into my faith and understanding Jesus' love for me, not based on how well I played, but just who I am, just naturally, he already loves me fully. That I compare that with when I ruptured my patellar tendon with the Nets, and that was the lowest moment in my career. And I felt more peace in my lowest moment in my career than I did at my highest moment. And that's because I spent a lot of time figuring out who am I outside of basketball.
So this is a very powerful lesson. As many of us know, Jeremy Lin at one point became like the most well-known athlete in the world.
Lin puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown!
After being unknown. So he goes from unknown G-leaguer, a Harvard graduate, to suddenly waving off Kobe Bryant, waving off Carmelo Anthony, and knocking down game-winning shots. And that's of course a massive swing emotionally. But what he said makes perfect sense, which is knowing who you are and knowing your value besides for what you do. Because if you don't, as soon as like that big success moment wears off, you may end up feeling empty, as he just said. And this doesn't mean that you don't chase that success and that you shouldn't be striving for greatness in what you do, but it's about knowing that you are loved and that you are important beyond just what you do. But it's about who you are and knowing that like you're worthy of God's love, even if you don't score another point. And this is a hard realization as an athlete myself. I know this from my own experience, because when you have coaches who break you down to tears every time you don't play well, then you get showered with praise every time you have a great game, you start to think that like that's who you are. But this is also why it's important not to keep around fair weather friends. You want and need people who love you as you are, whether you're scoring 30 a game or 0 a game. And you need to remind yourself that like if you're a great person who treats others right and treats yourself right, that's even more important than being showered in praise for what you do.